Hello. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Hello. Hi.
yes,
Good
please.
afternoon, all members.
Good
I'm Dr.
afternoon. Good
Vinod.
afternoon.
I'm giving the presentation on behalf of proposed Srinath sir because he might be busy somewhere, I think. So is it okay?
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Good. Good.
Sir, just because this is something different from the other presentations I have seen right from the morning. This is about district good governance index. This is first kind of index in India we have produced to rank the districts on governance perspective. Actually, the idea arose when Himachal Pradesh ranked first among 12 states consistently in 2016, 2017, and in 2018 on the Public Affair Index. After the 2017 award, it was felt that this measure could be applied at the sub-state level to evaluate performance of all the districts of Himachal Pradesh so that good governance agenda is pushed to the grassroots. After that, we conducted a pilot study in two districts to finalize the indicators and data sources. The first report was released in 2018, which was based on 7 themes, 18 focus subjects, and 45 indicators. After the 2018, this DGGI index, one side, please. After this 2018 index was decided by the state government that this index would be prepared on annual basis, and resultantly in 2019 report was published in August 20, and to bring the competition among the districts to push the citizen centric schemes to the citizens. The chief minister of Himachal Pradesh announced the first three districts can be awarded with the rupees of 50 lakhs, 35 lakhs, 25 lakhs, and resultantly, uh, the announcement another announcement of the awards generated the required enthusiasm, and resultantly various suggestions were received from the line departments, from the various administrative secretaries of the line departments, stakeholder departments, and from the deputy commissioners. After wide range of discussions held with the stakeholder, deputy commissioners, line departments, and the subject experts, even from the academia, for 20 DGGI, District Good Governance 2020, 7 themes, 19 focus subjects, and 75 indicators have been finalized for the DGGI 2020. DDGI is nothing but it's a very unique uniform tool across district to assess the status of governance and impact of various interventions taken up by the state government. The basic purpose was developing a company was to create a tool which can be used informally across districts, as I earlier said, to assess the status of governance and impact of various interventions taken by the state government. Another significant contribution of DDJI would be contributing in tracking the progress of SDGs at sub-state level. Uh, uh, this has been now when I know this slide shows that we have 7 themes like essential infrastructure, and under this scheme we have 4 focus objectives like power, water, roads, and housing. Sport to human development is another themes under which we have 2 focus subjects here: education and health. Then we have social protection. This includes public distribution system, social justice and empowerment, minority welfare and empowerment. and fourth is women and children, and then crime, law and orders, and environment, and then transparency and accountability. This is the difference between indicators of DGI 19 and DGI 20. Now we have 75 indicators, and previously it was 45 indicators. These are the approaches to the DGI framework. This is one citizen-centric. It indicates selected on the basis of life cycle of persons, like life, death, birth, and many others associated criteria. Then we have 3-degree and program 360-degree and pragmatic approach, and then generic to specific, and then it's just a very simple and quantitative basically. We have covered in themes, we have covered key phases of government, and in focus, just more specific phases of government. Indicators, we have choose those indicators which are measurable and dependent on the availability of data. We have used major sources of data, just like Census of India and National Crime Bureau reports, and National Family Health Survey 5, DICE, and then PMSMA, then Statistical Yearbook of Himachal Pradesh, National Sample Survey, District CMO Office, NICSE portal, and many other portals which we have not depicted here. And these are the basically stages of index development. First of all, we have identified the indicators for DGI 2024 after rigorous research, after a lot of stakeholders workshop, after consultation meetings with the deputy commissioners, with district statistical officers, with many academias in the state. Then we have collected the data from through district statistical offices located in every district, and that data has been verified by the concerned deputy commissioners. Then we have normalized the data from 0 to 1 scale, and then weightage is for the indicators had been decided by the in the consultation meetings with all the line departments, and then we have created composite index, and then we have ranked the districts accordingly. Regarding uniqueness, it's a first kind of index in India at sub-state level. I'm not talking about the national level, but it's at sub-state level. It's a very unique kind of thing. I think it's a future to growth of district and state at a large. It's a vast instrument to measure governance at sub-state level and to assess the impact of various interventions taken up by the state government. It provides information to the state government to act and to improve upon the areas which are not doing great things, and it also provides insight into the functioning of the district administration. It acts as a means to effective delivery of essential services such as education, healthcare, environment, protection, enabling growth and development. These are the principles of governance indication. How we have, on what principles we have selected the indicators. It's easy to understand. It's citizen centric. And it's a output, and these all the indicators are outcome and output based oriented. It's simple and measurable, and we have also set the applicability across the district, data generation and validity of availability of databases at district level. When we are initializing this process, we have faced a lot of problems because a lot of challenges we have faced. It was difficult to coordinate with many departments, like for indicators. Ultimately, we coordinated with the 20 departments, and we had one-to-one meeting with each and every department. Second challenge was to administrative data collection, because because there was lot of problems with the units of the data and availability of the data. Records was not up to date. Secondly, compilation of data in common format was another challenge. After that, due diligence for choosing the measurable indicators for evaluation, because it was not very much clear for us when we started this project that that on which indicators data is available or which indicator data is not available. As far as scalability is concerned, it can be scaled up to any limit. There is no limit to scale this index to the best of my knowledge, because we can align this index with SDGs and Niti Aayog indicators. We have left out many indicators for which data was not available earlier. Now we are trying to have data on left out indicators, like we would like to add for 2021 index. We would like to add one theme like economic governance. And under this economic governance, we can thinking about the focus just about agricultural and life sector, commerce and industries, and revenue areas, and then urban concepts. But urban concepts, I would like to add one more thing here, because we in Himachal Pradesh we have 90% of the population lives in a rural area. We don't have much urban areas, but I have added this for those states which have more urban areas. They can add these themes and focus subjects in their district good governance.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Could you please conclude your presentation in next 2 minutes?
Sure. It can be easily replicated, ma'am. It can be replicated, this innovation by upscaling in all over India. States can be used, can be taken up this index to assess their governance and their intervention of the government in their respective states through this index. Various welfare schemes can be evaluated on this index. The future roadmap is this, ma'am. We would like to strengthen our administrative statistics. We will like to establish MIS system, and we want to fetch real-time data for preparation of district good governance index. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, as you rightly said, this is a little different from other presentations. True. Because it's not something you are doing, but you are evaluating different projects. Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So now my question is, yes, it's a very good measure of efficiency of the government, because you are evaluating government schemes and your governance index. Now, the point is, you said that sample surveys can be taken up in the areas of concern. That is one thing, to increase the sample size. But
Yeah.
more than that, what is of more concern is, suppose you find that a particular project is not giving the kind of, I'm not talking about the sample size, I'm talking about the project itself. And a particular project is not giving the kind of result you are expecting. So, so the index is low. So can you modify the program on the basis of your data?
Yeah, ma'am. We are looking to modify this index because we would like to strengthen our administrative statistics setup, and then we'll modify accordingly which data sets is available with us or with the district administration. We can add more and more indicators. That depends on.
No, I think my question is not understood properly. I'm not talking of adding more projects or schemes. I'm saying take a scheme. Okay, since you have already generated some kind of an index out of that scheme implementation, and you find that the index is not good, so that means the project is, or the scheme is not as effectively implemented, or the design of the scheme is faulty.
May I intervene? I'm Prabodh Saxena, ACS Finance.
Himachal Pradesh. Now, what Dr. Rana is saying that we modify the index, but what your question is that on the basis of the performance, do we have any handle on modifying the schemes?
Yeah.
This index is not so much on schemes and projects. The index is basically on performance. For example, say enrollment of students or offenses against women and all that. So it's not a particular scheme which we monitor. We monitor the general performance on the various indexes. And this we review it with the concerned departments and tell them. For example, Dr. Rana would have told you that we had a very detailed stakeholders consultation, and where we realized that what is more important for us to assess the performance of a state, and we have drastically changed the indexes this year. But this is obviously, coming back to your point, an indication if there are certain schemes and certain programs which are not being taken up. And as ACS Finance, I reviewed with various departments, particularly before budget. So this is a very good point which you have made, and we can include it in our budget consultations.
Yeah, actually, that's exactly what my point is. Because you have got a nice tool, you could improve your governance.
Yeah, very well taken.
My question here is, the initiative taken by you is a very good initiative, but what I feel is that most of the time we don't have real-time data on various indicators, and we have to depend on whatever old data is available. So what is the status of data collection in your state?
Reply to this question.
Hello?
You hear me, Dr. Rana?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please,
Yeah.
आपका जवाब दें.
Yeah, sure, sure. Sir, we have a very good mechanism of data collection because we have field functionaries at even at block level who are getting the data on various indicators. I would say on various schemes of the government, on various government facials, and they'll supply the data to district statistical officers. However, for real-time data, I have already told that we are going to establish a MIS system or various portals for real-time data. Thank you, sir.
One more issue is, when we talk of governance, governance means what it reaches to the common man.
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah.
Is there any indicator with respect to what are the views of the common man on your governance?
Yeah, we have various indicators. We can share the list with you, sir, separately, because we have a long list of these citizen-centric indicators on which we are getting the data, and we have included in the index.
Okay.
So I'll
Vinod, are you hearing me? What the jury member is asking is that is there any mechanism of feedback from the people concerned?
Yes, yes.
I think that's a very good point. And at the moment, I must admit that it is more an internal exercise.
Yes.
And the feedback is not a part of it, but this is a suggestion which we can build in for the next year.
I think that should be. That's good. Okay. Thank you.